What's up? Yours truly, once again, Michael Ferrera with another Style Your Life. And today we are traveling. I'm at a conference and I'm still trying to maximize my time. So in this session, we'll talk about how to maximize your time at a conference. Stay tuned, you're gonna love it. It's gonna be valuable and can absolutely change your life. So getting into some of these tools that I know absolutely work and it will change your life and style your life at the highest level. Every time we come on Style Your Life, many of you know that are returning viewers. Thank you so much for that. Returning listeners, thank you so much for that. We truly appreciate your support. And if this is one of your first time visiting or listening to one of our contents, you know that we try to bring in information that can take your game to a higher level and keep you at peak levels of performance so you can continue to go higher and higher to live the best life possible, to style and create the personal life that you desire to have. Because as you hear in all of my sessions, I truly believe that we can have everything and anything we want as long as we truly believe it and take steps to accomplish it. So getting into most of the content and the ideas that I think are the most valuable. So when I'm traveling, the newest thing for me is, having family now, having spouse and a daughter. It's new for me to travel and be on the road. And quite frankly, I want to make sure that the events and the conferences that I'm going to are genuinely maximizing my potential and maximizing my opportunities for growth. And if it doesn't do that, I'm low-key upset. So, I'm very strategic on the conferences that I go to and the places that I return to, simply because I know I will get some more information. The events that I sponsored and I'm part of, they have to work. So I'm very intentional, because family and friends and schooling or whatever other things you have going on in your life, that is how you're living already. You're already creating the life that you desire. You're already putting things in place to provide for your family, your personal needs, and the list goes on. So leaving for a little bit and going to another session or traveling across the country and buying airplane tickets and hotels and maybe even conference fees, that's a lot. So this session, how to maximize it, like how to get the most out of the conference while still getting the most out of your personal life to make sure that you're styling your life at the highest level. And the number one thing that I often do and that I think is vital to any travel experience, any conference environment that you're going to, either as a student, as a business professional, as a speaker, or whatever it may be, conferences, the number one thing that you must be clear on when you get there or as you're attending or planning to attend is be very clear why you're going there and what you want to get out of it. That is vital. That is absolutely vital to the success in your time of being at that conference. Because if you go there with the simple idea of, I don't know, and whatever comes out, you might get something, but you will not, again, get the styling in your life, the maximum potential. And I do believe that sometimes we go to conferences that we may not know exactly what it is, exactly what the agenda is, exactly what will come forth. But I do believe when you personally have an agenda in your mind of why you're going and what you want to get out of it, will put your mindset and your body, your mentality, your physique in the right place so that you can be open to receive that. For example, even if you're going to a conference that maybe it's your first time attending, you haven't gone to it before, but you know it's related to marketing or design or speaking or whatever the topic is. Let's use marketing, for example, because I think marketing is valuable for almost anyone, whether you work at a company or an entrepreneur or you simply just watch marketing that people market to you. So if you're going to a marketing conference, quite frankly, you may not know every single thing in detail that is going to happen at that conference, but you do know that the overall umbrella is marketing. So going to that conference, you should be very clear. Is it that you want to gain insight, that you want to, meet people? If it's to simply get out for a little bit, get out of your space, get out of your work environment to learn marketing or whatever that topic is, be clear on that. And sometimes it is simply supporting someone else. You may go to a conference or an event because a coach, a mentor, or a friend suggested you go there and you simply want to support them in their speaking or whatever it is. But be very clear on your intention. Because once you're clear on your intention, then you can navigate how much time you need to devote to each session or breakout sessions or the main session or whatever it is, so you can gain the maximum opportunity of success by being at that conference. That is vital. if you're not clear on, this is going to give me this, or this is going to gain, I'm going to get this when I leave here, I'll be more in a position to do X, Y, and Z. If you know that, you get to win. If you don't know that, it's really hard to have a successful event when you're just going with the sake of, we'll see what happens. Just the opposite, or equally, if your company is sending you there and you're forced to, that's not always as fun. But try it again. Figure out in this style in your life, how can you figure out the good in everything? Like, figure out where you can be in a situation to actually gain something, whether that's meeting people, networking, whatever. So maximize the opportunity. And as usual, as you heard in some of my other content, if you haven't, please scroll and see that video, or back up and listen to that content in regards to maximizing the opportunity, the environment you're in. When we did the Waldorf Astoria event, or we had a beautiful hotel, luxurious environment that's world renowned, how can you be in that environment to place your mind at a higher level? How can you go to a different city, another country for whatever conference, and put your mind at a higher level so that you can get outside of your comfort zone, get there early, navigate the city, et cetera, et cetera. So if you haven't seen that, scroll back and listen, or whatever it may be, and whatever device you're on. Next, you've heard this in some of my other sessions: arrive early or stay late. And this is twofold. Now, arriving early or staying late, again, allows you to maximize the environment and style your life, enjoy the city, enjoy the places that you're on, if you have the time to do so. Because, again, you want to be in an environment where you can make yourself as comfortable as possible, but yet still be uncomfortable. Now, what I mean here, for example, when I come to a session or a workshop, I usually try to arrive one day earlier, even though the session may start on a specific day. For me, I try to get the day before, just really so I'm not rushing, I'm not dealing with traffic or a road shutdown that could happen, or an airplane, or whatever it may be. If I'm there early, it allows me to be well rested and be well mentally prepared to maximize whatever is going to come forth during that conference and during that session. Secondly, once I do check into the hotel, if I know where the location, if it's at a convention center or on site, I actually try to go navigate where the sessions will be, or where the space will be, prior to anybody being there. And what that looks like, sometimes I look like a weirdo, because I'm the guy at 8 o'clock at night just walking around the hotel, looking around the ballroom level of what could happen. Now, the reason why arriving early and doing this helps you is that when you wake up in the morning, you arrive, you don't have to actually look for what's happening. You don't have to navigate where the check-in is, or where is the water, or the restrooms, or the check-in stations, or whatever else it may be, the expo hall and the actual breakout session. If you have the idea to arrive early and be in a position to get a quick glance of where these things are, wow, that is extremely valuable for your mental state and the time of pressure. You're not rushing or thinking. Again, it takes something else off of your mind. And by arriving early, it allows you to do that. Taking it a step higher, you can even, as you check in, ask the hotel if they know about the conference that you're in, and where will it be held? Is it in the ballroom? What level is the ballroom on? Etc. When you ask those general questions, again, it frames your mind so that you can put yourself into focus and you can minimize all the little stuff that are going out. The key with conferences is being present and being able to focus on the content that's being delivered, and you're not worried about all the other things of restroom and bathroom and water and check-in, and the list goes on. So arriving early allows you to do that, and it's something that I do all the time. I always ask the check-in representative that's helping me, and then secondly, I awkwardly just walk around a gigantic hotel, just seeing where I could spot places that can be valuable to me in the next morning. Lastly, in closing with this tip, I think this is a key that I think is extremely valuable, that I implement every time that I travel, when I go to a big conference or a small conference, is being in a position to give. And that sounds weird, because you're going to the conference most of the time to receive information, to get insight, or whatever it may be. However, I think when we're in a position to give in any capacity, giving is not always related to money. Giving is not always related to things. Giving is not always a tangible item. But I do think when we go into rooms with the intention of giving value to the other person, meeting somebody else that you can maybe help with their career endeavors, maybe help, in my instance, help them with their wardrobe or style or appearance or imagery to go to a higher level? How can I just give tips, insights? It may not be right then, but maybe at a later conversation. Or how can I give advice or insights or tips on navigation, restrooms, because you did it earlier, check-in, etc., relationships and people that you can help. Simple stuff like that. When you always have the mindset that you're in a position to give and be helpful and be an asset to all the people that you're around, again, it opens the door for you to win. It sounds silly that when you give, more comes to you. And you all have heard that, again, with countless laws of attractions, and the list goes on with some of my other content. But when you have the mindset of going to this 1,000-person conference, that you are only one person there, but you're still valuable to the groups and the masses that will be at that conference, and you understand that you're valuable and that you can give something to other people, whether it's love, it's a smile, it's a handshake, it's a gesture of kindness, or whatever it may be, a coffee, or the list goes on. When you're in a position to give opportunities, give love, give gifts, give anything, when you have a giving mindset, it allows more opportunities to come to you while you're in that conference. Many times when I'm traveling, it's not that I intentionally go with to sell, or go to provide a fashion service, or to sell more product. When I have the opportunity to just give and have the open-mindedness to do so, man, it just attracts the right relationships. It attracts the right opportunities that will come to you. And I think to top that off, in my arena of style and imagery, you all have heard this from my other spaces, but your best. And you know that in living your style. Your dress, your imagery, your style should always be at its high level. I was told in the past, when I was a baby and a kid, when you're traveling, don't take your fancy clothes or your nice clothes, because you don't want to mess that up, or you don't want to get it dirty or wrinkled in the travel. That's absolutely stupid. That's absolutely stupid. Because when you're going to a conference, you always want to put your best foot forward, your best suit, your best image, your best presence, because in a global economy that we live in, who are you going to meet? You literally do not know. So if you can always present yourself in the best way possible to open any door of opportunity, you want to do that. So be intentional, be very strategic in what you're wearing, how you're wearing it, and how you're carrying yourself when you're at conferences, because image and style matters. Yes, the inside of you, your mind, your heart, your compassion, your charisma, that is what will get you. That's what will keep you. But what will get people to you or interested in you to want to learn is the outside, how you present yourself, how you carry yourself, how you walk, how you interact, how you speak, how you smile. All those things matter. And then from there, you can talk about whatever real estate or whatever finance project or business or marketing strategy you have to give, or book that you're promoting or speaking. That allows you the opportunity to give when you actually present yourself in the right way. So those are my tips. These are things that I implement. I try to keep in a regimen, arriving early, having the opportunity to give, styling your life and looking imagery appropriate. These are vital keys to make your most successful experience at a conference. So use this. It will absolutely style your life at the highest level. And you know this. As usual, you can have anything you want in life as long as you truly believe it. We'll see you soon. Style your life. Peace.